Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channels at Carl Ventures and to part two of our Paris Olympics series. And we are now just 18 days away from the big event, and the excitement is really building up. I can't believe it. 18 days to go after so many months or even years of thinking about it and planning for it. So, if you tuned in last week, you'll remember we shared how this dream journey began, and right from our initial spark of inspiration to the meticulous planning stages. And we discussed our goals and aspirations for attending the Paris Olympics and the initial steps that we took to turn this dream into reality. If you missed that episode, make sure to check it out to get the full story. So today, we're diving into the nitty gritty of logistics. Just the thought of it makes me cringe because it's really cringe worthy. Booking flights, finding accommodations, and planning a mini trip to Vienna. Yeah, we added another challenge, but it's a good challenge. So let's get started. Welcome to the Carl Ventures channel. I'm Carl, and alongside my husband Matthias, we're on an adventurous mission to explore the world with boundless curiosity and open hearts. Our journey is all about immersing ourselves in diverse cultures, connecting with people from all walks of life, and promoting positivity and understanding wherever we go. Join us as we embark on this thrilling adventure together, so buckle up and let's dive into the unknown. So first up, let's talk about flights. And as you can imagine, finding an affordable flight to Europe or to Paris for that matter, during the Olympic season was no small feat, right? So we scoured countless websites and flight comparison tools and tables. And after a lot of searching, we decided and we finally snagged a deal on premium economy. And the flight is via Condor Airlines, which is, I believe, a subsidiary of Lufthansa, which is a German-based airline. And it wasn't the cheapest option out there. We know it. You know it. But it provided a good balance of comfort and cost, which is crucial for long-haul flights because it'll take us 11 hours to fly from Los Angeles to Europe. We're leaving on a Wednesday evening and arriving there the following day in the afternoon. So effort really goes a long way. And this is one of those things where we really manifested and planned for and really tight on the budget end, but we made it happen. We only live once. And so we decided to take a leap of faith and just purchase those tickets. So persistency definitely paid off here. We recommend setting up fare alerts and checking flight prices at different times of the day to catch those elusive deals. So next, let's move on to accommodations. So initially, we booked an Airbnb thinking it would be a good opportunity to experience sort of a cozy Parisian home-like experience. However, as we dug deeper into the reviews and considered our needs, we realized that an apartment hotel might be a better option. The main reasons: more amenities and guaranteed air conditioning, which is an absolute must for a comfortable stay during our hot Parisian summer adventure. Which is very interesting because when I was watching news documentaries showcasing the Olympic Village and the athletes' quarters, they're very nice and fresh and brand new. However, they didn't have air conditioning. So I can only imagine an athlete who's competed all day, tired, wanting to rest, and had to find a way to sleep in a hot summer day. So I'm sure there will be opinions and comments about that in the future, but I'm going to anticipate those comments because I want to know what the experience was like for these athletes. Plus, we found an apartment hotel that was actually cheaper than our initial Airbnb booking. And sometimes it's worth revisiting your decisions and exploring all options. And we're super happy with our choice now. And this is one of those times when you really think having the ability to plan ahead. And planning ahead is really key. Because if you're within that cancellation time frame, you have an opportunity to continue searching for better deals while securing something already in the books, right? So, and this is what happened to us. We booked this last year, and I continued to search and search and search for better options. And as I learned more about Paris during these hot weeks and the summer months, this is how I found out about the discomfort of not having air conditioner. And so planning ahead is important, whether Paris Olympics or any travel for that matter. Just taking that time to plan. But let me pause and let's just talk about our pre-Paris trip. So yes, we're making a quick stop in Vienna for 3 nights before the Olympics begin. Our plan is to arrive in Paris on July 25th and then take a round trip flight to Vienna. And we wanted to squeeze in this little adventure to explore another beautiful city and make the most of our time in Europe. Because since we'll be traveling for a long time anyway by plane, and that's what I mean by plane, 11 hours, not an easy thing to do. And Vienna has always been on our list of countries to visit or cities to visit. But we can never find the reason, the purpose, nor the means to go there just to see it. So adding this was a good and reasonable thing for us to do. So we get to see 2 different cities that are amazing, close to each other for, moderate additional cost. Vienna is full of history and charm, and we've got a packed itinerary as well, with visits to the Schönbrunn Palace, where the Klimt paintings are housed, Belvedere Palace, the St. Stephen's Cathedral, among others. So it's going to be a whirlwind 3 days, and we can't wait to share these experiences with you, which you'll definitely see in some of our videos. And speaking of sharing experiences, let's dive into our Olympic event schedule. All right, so securing these tickets was a real challenge. Why? Because we wanted to attend as many events as possible for prices that we can actually afford or reasonable enough to spend a little bit more on, right? So we'll be attending events like diving, artistic gymnastics, water polo, swimming, basketball, boxing, trampoline, and athletics. So each ticket felt like hunting for something that can be the same as a mini Olympics in itself. So with a fierce competition and quick decision making, as I mentioned in part 1, I had to register for email alerts because even though the window to buy tickets last year is already closed, the Olympic organizers still opened up some ticket sales for those people who have resold their tickets, but they only make them available in certain dates and times. So like the past couple of weeks, they were holding it on Thursdays, and so I had to set my alarm clock at 12:45 a.m. to make sure that I'm already online by 1 a.m. Thursday Central European time, because there's a 9-hour difference between the United States West Coast and Europe. So that was definitely a task, but it was an exciting but also a little bit exhausting task. So tickets for most events were quite pricey, often over 150 euros each. So this cost was a big factor in our decision to skip the opening ceremonies, because the ticket sales for the opening ceremonies were ranging from a couple of thousand euros. And just for one night, that's way too much for us and literally will take us out of our limited budget. But by doing so, we were able to allocate our budget towards attending more events and making the most of our Olympic experience, which is what we wanted to do anyway. We can always just watch the opening ceremonies on TV, which we've done anyway since the time I've started watching the Olympics, right? All right, so now let's talk about Olympic garments. We've got our Team USA gear ready, from hats to shirts to flags to shades. Again, you can find these budget-friendly items online. And as I mentioned, signing up for the Olympics newsletter allowed me to avail of their sales. So they had a lot of sales last year, and I took advantage of that. And up until late, we were able to still get some discounts. And so we'd never paid for full price for these things, as well as utilizing Amazon to get some stuff that may not be available or quite expensive if we bought it from the Paris store or official store. And our goal is not to buy any more of these souvenirs in Paris because we'll surely see them double or triple in prices. So we're ready to go there. So the temptation of buying additional stuff hopefully is eliminated. Talk about supporting our teams. We are Team USA 100%, but we're also supporting athletes from our ancestral countries. Like for me, I was born and raised in the Philippines, so I'll be supporting some of the athletes from the Philippines, as well as my husband, who was born and raised in the US, but his ancestral origins come from Mexico and Europe. So it's such a unique opportunity to cheer for a diverse group of athletes and celebrate the global unity that the Olympics represent. So thank you for listening to this exciting things. Next week, we're going to dive into the athletes we're most excited to see compete based on the tickets we have. It's an opportunity to get to know them because once every 4 years, we get to hear their stories and highlight the enduring sacrifices that they've made to pursue this Olympic experience. There are so many inspiring stories and incredible talents to look forward to. So thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates as we get closer to the Paris Olympics. Your support helps us keep this dream alive and share it with all of you. So stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next week with more Olympic excitement. Cheers, and peace and blessings to you and your families.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more.